Yeah.
Did I scare you this time, Susie?
It's okay, Suze.
I almost threw that down the stairs.
It's okay.
Alexa, tell us about Annabelle.
Annabelle is a 2014 supernatural horror film. It's a prequel to The Conjuring, focusing on the origins of a haunted doll. The movie was directed by John R. Leonetti and starred Annabelle Wallis, Ward Horton, and Alfre Woodard.
They had an actual person by the name of Annabelle in the movie?
Yeah, I noticed that in the credits, and I thought it was a typo, I guess.
Stop. It's frozen. Oh, there. Yeah, so we're back for the Conjuring Beach Bash. Woo! Now, is this going to come out next week, or is it going to start in July?
I don't remember.
I think we should probably...
I know we did the math,
Yeah.
and we found 9 weeks before.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it starts this week or next week. So,
All right.
either way.
Yeah, but we were here for the Beach Bash.
Beach Bash!
Yeah! Even when it's hot outside.
It sucks outside.
It's got
It's so hot and muggy that I wouldn't be swimming outside even if I had the choice.
Oh.
It's the worst time for a beach bash.
Yeah.
And that sums up my opinions about this movie.
Yeah, so Mike
We watched
Shake.
Annabelle. I'm Johnny Juicebox.
Mikeshake.
This movie is a giant pile of fucking garbage.
Oh, I hate this movie. There is nothing that is redeeming about it whatsoever.
It's not entirely true.
It's
got some fun stuff.
Oh, it does not.
Like
what?
I like the car scene.
Which one?
The one where he's in the car with the doll.
Oh my god, that is so corny.
That's the only part in this that's actually based on eyewitness testimony about this fucking haunt.
That's it.
That is it.
So we got a movie about something that didn't even possibly happen.
Oh no, that's the only part that happened was the haunted Raggedy Ann doll that got sold to a nurse's mom, and then she gave it to her as a present, and then they let something into the doll. Well, latch on to the doll.
Great. Fantastic.
That's one of the reasons I was like, this. I don't care about this movie. When it first came out, I was like, oh, if it's about like the Annabelle haunting, that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the Annabelle haunting. Well, kind of, sort of about the Annabelle haunting, but not really.
Right.
Like
It's just a fucking boring shit trope.
This movie is an hour and a half long, and it feels like it's 4 hours long.
Oh, the characters suck. The fucking the father is a useless pile of human flesh.
The priest is creepy and
Oh,
weird.
that guy. I actually like that actor though.
I do too, but like
I do.
He just
I like
came
that
across
actor.
as weird.
I do. I like that actor.
Just like that. Let me take a picture of your baby.
Yeah, right. Fucking creep. Yeah.
You're like, no, get the fuck away from me.
No.
Also, I was confused because they moved from what seemed like one town to a different town, but they still went to the same church.
Yeah, so they probably drove. I don't know.
The way they said Pasadena earlier made me think that they were moving like across the country.
I mean, sometimes in California, it feels like you're moving across the country.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so fucking big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate this film.
I hate this film.
I do. I hate it. This is the absolute worthless pile of flesh.
I don't think it's so bad it's made of flesh.
Oh, I hate it. I don't think I hate it as much as the remake of that.
No, this is definitely better than the Pet Sematary remake.
Yes. And that isn't saying anything.
No,
There's just really nothing redeeming about this. There's nothing that you can write home about saying, this was a decent scene.
There were a few that I liked.
Okay, which ones?
There was definitely some interesting camera work going on at certain points.
Now, the camera work that's in the basement when you can't see anything, but it's supposed to be scary.
Well, that's the problem.
But it's so dark you can't see anything.
That's the problem with this movie, is it's too dark and you can't see anything. I watched... where did you watch this movie?
I watched this at Thomas Theater.
No, I mean, like, yesterday.
Yesterday? I watched it on one of my cheat sites.
Oh, I was going to say, because you didn't fucking watch it on Max.
No.
Because it's not there.
No, it's not.
My problem with Max is
it's on Netflix, though.
everything on Max is darker than it is on the Blu-rays.
Oh,
All of the streaming versions that I saw were darker than the Blu-rays. So just keep that in mind.
Oh.
That being said, when we watched that scene, the scene in the basement, you could see everything.
Oh, you could. That's nice. That's really nice.
And I didn't think this movie was nearly as dark as Annabelle Creation. Because Annabelle Creation, there are scenes that are like in broad daylight where it's like, I feel like I still can't fucking see shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is one detractor I do have from Creation. Yep.
That being said, there was some interesting camera angle stuff, I guess, in this movie.
Sure.
What's this movie about, Mike?
It's about a young couple who Mia is pregnant, very pregnant, with her daughter Leah, her then-to-be daughter Leah, and then her husband John.
Although originally they talk about naming her Phyllis.
Yes, I like that name because it's Phyllis from The Office.
Savannah was just like, oh, what a terrible name.
Oh my God, I like Phyllis.
We're like, if it's a boy, John. If it's a girl, Phyllis.
John Jr. That's even worse.
I mean, I can't even say anything about it. So,
are you a junior?
I'm a third.
You're a third. Nice. Cool. Yeah, so we got John and Mia. Mia's very pregnant, and Mia likes to collect dolls.
Because she's also creepy.
Yeah, sure.
Because everybody in this movie is weird and creepy, and there's something off about them.
Right. And then John gets Mia the Annabelle doll. And then we learn later that the neighbor's daughter is a big hippie in the cult or has run off.
Yep.
And then we see said daughter and boyfriend kill the neighbors. And then they come over to John and Mia's home and try to kill Mia when she's very pregnant. And then John, I believe, calls the police, or Mia calls the police. Somebody calls the police, even though back then I don't even know if the police were established yet with 911, because this is in the mid-60s.
Alexa, when did 911 become a thing?
The 911 emergency system was established in the United States in 1968. It was first used in Haleyville, Alabama, and has since become the universal emergency number across the country.
Alexa, stop.
Yeah,
I said stop.
she didn't listen. She's not. So I don't even think it really was existing yet.
When did they say this took place?
Oh, it had to be mid-60s.
I thought they said 66.
Is it 66? Oh, so then it doesn't exist then. So calling 911 didn't
I
exist.
feel like people forget that 911 didn't exist before the 60s.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, before then you would have had to call the police.
Yes.
Like, you actually had to call the...
Yes. Yes.
Like, the police number. Like, your local police.
Yes. Yeah, there was no emergency number.
Yeah.
Nope.
Which is wild to think about.
No.
Apparently Alaska was the last one, too.
Is that right?
I think
Oh,
so.
I'm not surprised. Alaska's a very, very, very rural state. Even more rural than Montana.
Yeah. They should, just give Alaska to Canada.
I like Alaska. Should go to Alaska sometime.
That's why we should give it to Canada.
No, but we want to make Canada the 51st state. Anyways, yeah, so Annabelle, their daughter, attacks John and Mia, and then the cop shoots the boyfriend dead, but then
Annabelle sacrifices herself to a demon of some brand.
Some ram demon.
Disciples of the Ram?
Something like that. And then her blood goes into the Annabelle doll.
Yep.
So that makes it...
It goes right into its eye.
And then it makes it demonic.
This is the most metal beginning for a movie that I've ever seen, where the rest of the movie was fucking trash.
Yeah, because
this was such a good beginning for this movie.
After that, nothing happens.
After this,
nothing happens.
But the only scene I ever remember from this is that basement scene.
I do too.
With like the demon running around.
Yep, that's the only one that I ever remember from this film.
And that scene where she gets up to the top of the stairs and she turns around and looks, and like the demon's just at the bottom of the stairs looking at her. It's great.
What it kind of reminded me of, the same scenario, was like Evil Dead Rises.
Oh.
You know, from the apartment.
Yeah.
But that is much better.
That is a much better movie than this one.
Yes, it is.
This movie is garbage. And I remember this movie came out and so many people were like kind of up on it. And I felt like a crazy person.
No.
Because I was like, this movie sucks so bad.
Terrible movie. This is nothing but a good old cash grab.
My favorite part was when she smashes...
That's it.
She smashes the Annabelle doll against the crib, and then like she throws it across the room and then looks and it's the baby. But then it's not the baby, it's another doll. But a different doll this time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's losing her fucking mind.
And it's such an interesting concept, but like we never see anything else about it. I also think the concept of like the only way to stop it is a sacrifice is stupid. This whole thing is stupid. This is a stupid movie.
This is nothing but a stupid shit cash grab.
Yeah.
We had to wait a year for this pile of shit for the first one.
Unfortunately, I think...
And then we had to wait 2 fucking years from the other one.
Unfortunately, I think Annabelle Comes Home is the best Annabelle movie.
Yes, it is, by far.
And then...
Do you know why? Because they utilize everything, a lot of other things from the fucking scary-ass trash room.
Here's the thing to me about it. Everyone's like, oh, it's...
You're talking about the original Annabelle? You're talking
one.
about the third one? Okay.
Because everyone was like, I know when it came out, everyone was like, this movie sucks because it's just an excuse to show us a bunch of other things for spin-offs. And I was like...
What's wrong with that?
I don't give a fuck. It's entertaining. It's something interesting.
Right, what's wrong with that?
All I've wanted to do was see more shit from this fucking museum.
Yes.
And nobody cares enough to show it to me.
Right.
They keep showing us this room full of cool objects. We never get to see what the fuck they do.
None until we have that movie.
Yes.
And then after that movie, that was it.
So fuck you. It's fun.
After that movie, they said that basically that universe is dead.
Yeah.
Because of that? What? What does that even mean? It had creativity, which these first 2 Annabelle movies didn't.
Yeah.
That's what made that interesting.
It was the first of the spin-off movies that I was like, this is actually entertaining.
Right, and that is the one I did not see in the theater.
I saw it.
Yeah, because I up in my shithole fucking place of living, we did not have a theater.
Oh, was that in the Sioux?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we did not have a theater. Our theater closed to open a Meyer. And I sure as hell wasn't going to go down to Mackinac City just to watch a movie.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Not going to cross the bridge just to watch a movie.
Fuck that.
Nope.
Wait, Mackinac City?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have one in St. Nicholas.
That's really fucking far.
So yeah,
that's like a 3-hour drive from there.
Oh no, about an hour.
Is it?
Oh yeah. And when the speed limit is 75, it's definitely an hour.
Oh, it used to be like 65.
Yeah. And now it's 75.
Yeah, in Michigan, the interstate used to be 65, and then
nobody does under 90 in Michigan anymore.
Well, they raised it because they were like, well, everyone's driving 75 anyway, so now everyone drives 90 instead.
Sure, whatever.
They're like,
no,
fuck you.
That is one movie I would have liked to see in the theater. Definitely.
Oh, I saw it. To this day, like, Savannah's always like, oh, is that the one with... Because, like, I was like, oh, do you want to watch Annabelle Creation? She's like, is that the one with the ferryman? And I'm like, no. The ferryman's in Comes Home.
Mm-hmm. Comes Home is a fun movie.
Dude, that ferryman thing, I wanted more of that. More than anything. I was just like, that's so fucking cool.
I like
that's
the Abominable
cool
Snowman, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool shit in Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah, but anyways, we're talking about this pile of fucking junk.
I liked that one better than The Nun 2, and The Nun 2 was definitely better than The Nun.
Oh, yeah. Nothing happens in The Nun.
Yeah, nothing does happen in The Nun. I mean, I guess we get to see the blood of Jesus.
Do we?
I mean, I guess.
Is that what goes in that body of water?
Yeah, that's the blood of Jesus.
Okay.
It's the reliquary that's kept at the thing. Because reliquaries are totally real. That's why they don't let you do genetic tests on them.
Sure. Yeah, but anyways, so that's the plot, and everything that happens after the attack happens because of the doll.
Well, the demon that is using the doll as a conduit.
The ram demon.
Yeah. See this, because I've also heard, like, look, alright.
Okay, let's get deep here. Let's try to get deep here, because there is nothing deep about this film.
Yeah, we're gonna go into some fucking spiritualism shit.
Sure, let's try. Let's do it. Let's.
Because the biggest criticism I hear about everything with the Annabelle doll is the idea that they're like, well, a demon, like in the first movie, they say a demon can't possess an object.
That's actually the first scene of the last movie. Yeah.
A demon can't possess an object, but it can use them as conduit.
Sure.
But then at one point they say that a demon can possess a house. That's not exactly correct. That's generally, that would not be called an exorcism on a house. That would be called a blessing. But it is what it is. It's for a movie. I don't give a fuck. I've heard a lot of people be like, this whole thing is stupid because the demon is possessing the doll. And it's like, but it's not. The demon's using the doll to fuck with people. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
It's like, demons attach to people, and then they often use objects as conduits because people attach to objects.
Okay.
And that's the idea behind it. In spiritualism. If you believe that shit. If you don't,
then it doesn't matter.
Then it doesn't fucking matter. It's a movie, just fucking watch it. But if you care enough about this shit to complain about that, I assume you at least have a belief in it. And if you don't have a belief in it, then
whatever.
You don't have to have a belief in it. I've explained the ideas behind it to you.
Sure.
So go out there, know that that's the idea behind it.
Do whatever you want.
Believe, don't believe, I don't give a fuck.
Whatever.
I don't care. Get in the comments. Be mad. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, go ahead.
But that's the idea behind it.
We're not saying anything wrong here.
I mean...
We're not.
No. That's just the concept behind it.
Yes, that's a concept.
So this is a conduit. Houses get attached to and infested. Not possessed, infested.
Yes.
And people get possessed. That's how all of this works.
Yeah.
They do a really fucking bad job of explaining it in these movies.
Yes, terrible.
And they don't explain shit in this movie. Also, this movie has a magical black woman, and then she's also the only person to fucking die in this movie. So, like...
She's one of the better characters, because it's like, where did this woman come from? She was working at a store, and then all of a sudden she's helping out Mia, and then it's like, I'm gonna jump out of a window to save your baby?
Yeah.
What?
Also, her daughter died in a car accident.
Yes. That she feels responsible for.
Well, she was driving.
Yes. Yes. Accidents happen.
I mean, honestly, out of all the stories of people who are like, I feel responsible, that one I'm like, yeah, you're kind of responsible, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, shit happens. Accidents happen.
Shit happens.
I mean, sometimes you can't help it. I mean, if you gotta work too long and you're fucking tired, shit happens when you're tired. And you probably shouldn't be driving in California.
I hate the design of the doll in this movie.
Good segue. I like that. Good segue. Yes, I hate the doll. I hate this movie.
I I didn't like it in the first one either because
No.
people are like, it's so creepy.
It looks
honestly,
it looks nothing like the real Annabelle doll either.
well,
Nothing.
the real Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann
Yes.
doll, which I find so much creepier
Yes.
looking.
Yeah, I mean that doll
Maybe
that's
I'm
on
crazy.
that maybe that doll that's on that cover is not even close.
No, the real doll is a Raggedy Ann
Yes.
doll.
What it reminded me of is when we watched Annabelle Creation is when they first uncover the that one doll that they have. I think that's Annabelle Creation, isn't it? The one Raggedy Ann doll?
Oh, in Annabelle Creation at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
the Higgins family gives her a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
And
That's what
says,
I
I
thought.
hope you like dolls.
Yeah. And that's what the Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Not this. Not this.
No, because here's the thing about this doll.
Not this porcelain doll.
This
Not
doll is
porcelain.
obviously fucking cursed by looking
Well, yeah,
at it.
obviously.
Like-
I mean, my God, you fucking see that thing. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to keep that. No, nobody,
It looks like
nobody would say
it looks
that.
like you spray painted a Howdy Doody fucking doll white and then put a wig on it for
Yeah.
fuck's sake. It's cursed as shit.
With them fucking beady eyes? No
Yeah.
way. You fucking kidding me?
Like nobody's keeping that shit in their house.
No.
They're gonna look at that and they're gonna like, this is cursed.
Yeah.
That's
No
obviously a
thanks.
cursed item.
No thanks. Yeah, no thanks. No.
Like, even compared to normal looking porcelain dolls that are creepy, that one is especially creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think it's like, it's not as creepy to me. I think when normal looking everyday objects are cursed, it makes it scarier.
Can we talk about... Well, no, I'll talk about that in the pad.
What are we going to talk about?
I'll talk about that in the pad. How about your... That's basically the plot.
Maybe we should talk about the real Annabelle's story a little bit.
We could. Go ahead.
Because they do, like, kind of... They kind of use it as a stepping off stone for the entire series. It's considered one of the most haunted objects in the Warren Museum.
Yep.
Whether it's true
one of
or
the
not.
more, the only reason that it's one of the more haunted is that it's because it's one of the more famous.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot more haunted shit in that room than that.
Dude, there's some...
I mean, some seriously...
There's some shit, like, on one of the interviews, like, with Ed and Lorraine. Like, there's some shit in there where I'm like, why isn't there a movie about that?
Yeah,
like,
I
that
know.
sounds fucked.
Well, because, I mean, it when you see a doll, you think about Chucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that draws money.
I guess.
It's a cash grab.
I mean, it's a sellable object.
Yes. Yes.
Like, they sell Annabelle dolls.
Yes. Yes, they do.
But
Yeah.
the real story, that's one of the big haunting things in the actual story is the fact that they would find this Raggedy Ann doll sitting up. Which, if you ever had a Raggedy Ann doll or ever seen a Raggedy Ann doll, they don't do that. They don't just, like, sit up
No, that's
without
not,
support.
It's not possible.
They're
not
like
possible.
cloth dolls.
Yeah. Cloth with the fucking cotton stuffing. That's all
So,
it is.
like, just the concept of it sitting there is creepy.
Yes.
Because it just usually doesn't do that. And the note thing, that's from the original story with the nurses
Yes.
and the... one of the things that they never talked about in any of them was I don't remember if it was the boyfriend or roommate or one of them, but there was a guy who was living there, or...
You talking about the
Stay
one where
over
it
there.
started in the Conjuring? Those ladies, or no?
Yes.
Okay. The nursing,
And it's also
the
the
nursing
beginning of
students?
this one.
Yeah.
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 The nursing students.
Yep.
And then the guy that stayed there said he woke up in the middle of the night and the Annabelle doll was on top of him choking him.
Sure.
And I think they showed pictures of it, like with the marks around his neck and shit. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
He also repeatedly got scratched by the doll,
Yeah.
which a doll can't do.
No, it's not possible.
Yeah.
No.
And they were like,
Because
yeah,
it's a doll and
scratch
it's an
marks
actual
all down his
object.
back and stuff. I do know that they had the pictures of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean it's a haunted thing, boy. Without
Yeah,
a doubt.
it's
Without a doubt. I mean it is a haunted
It's
item.
a supposedly cursed item.
Yes. Yes.
Never seen it, but
I know it's in. I was talking last video, I know we said Zach Bagans, but it isn't owned by Zach Bagans. It's a guy who lives in Florida. And it's in a museum in Florida.
The Annabelle doll? Last I heard, it was still with Tony. Like, because it was still in the museum. Because Tony Sparrow owns that house now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He does.
Although, he did talk about how some of the more dangerous items get housed in a separate place where they can get, like blessed regularly and stuff like that, or whatever. Because that's supposedly a thing that they do. Sure. I've never seen it. Right. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying it's demonic, because I mean sometimes people who's watching this don't believe in that.
Usually, what we call these would be inhuman spirits, which, depending on what they are, they could be demonic, elemental,
possessed.
Well, yeah.
Whatever that means.
Manifestations of negative emotions attaching themselves to an object, which is something I've heard of. Things like
that's a mouthful, hey?
Yeah, that's why it's so much easier to just say demons.
Right?
Even people who don't believe in it just say, demons. Like, because everybody understands what you mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
That was actually one of the more interesting interviews I saw.
What's that?
With the Warrens, was them talking about elemental spirits.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
That was a really interesting one. I'm talking with Tony Sparrow about that.
I bet. That's unique shit.
Yeah.
That's not what everybody likes to talk about either.
No.
Because this has an object.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is an object we can see that doesn't exist, but I mean that doll doesn't exist.
Oh, this particular doll doesn't exist.
No,
well, it exists in the in the sense that they mass produce them and you can buy them online.
Oh well, of course. Yeah, but that's not the.
It's not what
the actual.
That's
doll.
not what it looks like.
No, nothing. All right, let's talk about the good.
It's got some fun camera angles, I guess. That's what I noticed, because it would be like moments when they did some very film school stuff in this movie, where it was like, moments where something happens and it throws the entire balance of the movie off. The camera goes angled. And just things like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's what you're doing.
What it kind of reminded me of, the grayscale in terms of the movie, felt a lot like Insidious.
Well, I feel like everyone who works in this universe tries to copy the way the other movies look.
Yeah. Because it kind of had that feel of like the same type of gray scale in terms of the filmography, in terms of like Insidious.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audio is very bad in this movie.
The audio is bad in all these movies.
Yeah. It's just so quiet. So quiet. What happened?
A guy fell over.
Oh.
I guess he's cursed.
Yeah, he's cursed. Shit. Great.
Oh, that thing's haunted as fuck.
Oh, great. Lovely.
Somebody call up Ed Warren.
Oh.
Tony Sparrow.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd like to meet Tony Sparrow.
Yeah.
I have nothing about the good.
That's fair.
I don't.
I just said camera angles, so I don't.
Yeah, that isn't saying much.
And the camera angle stuff was like, that was normal.
Right. So I want to talk about the bad. So why did that doll? Why was that doll able to be purchased? Can you tell me that, please?
Based on the ending of Creation?
No, but the ending of Annabelle. That's when they were able to sell that to the nurses. Because they questioned at the end of the movie, I wonder whatever happened to the doll, and the cops took care of it. And then they panned to a thrift shop, and the fucking thing is able to be adopted for a much more expensive price?
It's kind of funny because...
What the fuck?
That's kind of funny to me, because that was also my question about Annabelle Creation.
What the fuck?
So, the Annabelle doll...
Yes.
All of Annabelle Creation happens.
Yes.
I think it's got a priest or something at the end of the movie, and he's like, well, it's The demon was attaching itself, using the doll as a conduit, but nothing's using it. So I guess the real question is, which of you gets this? And then it cuts to it sitting in the back of a police cruiser, and they close the trunk, and everyone's just looking at it.
Yes.
So it gets taken away by the cops after a woman gets bisected and a man dies, and a kid disappears. Gets sold for an exorbitant amount of money, 10 years later? To that guy.
To John.
Gets involved in a murder, then a haunting and possession, then a suicide. Gets taken away by the police. And then gets sold again?
In a thrift shop.
I'm assuming that's how John got it.
I don't understand.
This is the 1960s. Where the fuck are you getting this doll from?
So it's involved in all this stuff, but the cops aren't doing anything. This is all involved in a murder, involved in a suicide.
You think
but now it's a part of a thrift shop.
We're talking about between this and it gets taken away by the Warrens. I think it said 1977.
Yes,
is the beginning of that movie.
Yes.
So 1977, from 1954 to 1977, it gets involved in all this stuff. You don't think there are going to be cops that are like, "Hey, I fucking remember this thing."
Yes.
Although I guess
it's still able to be sold. How?
Where does Annabelle creation take place?
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. It felt like somewhere in the Midwest.
It felt like Kansas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. How can somebody buy that for their daughters who is going to college to become a nurse? How is that thing able to be bought? How is that possible?
Demons.
That just makes. That's what makes this movie even worse. Is the utter stupidity that we have left feeling after watching this. It's like I just feel like a moron watching this film. It made me dumber.
Now for the ugly?
No, there's really nothing with the ugly.
Yeah, there is. This one has the magical black person trope.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We have a magical black woman who shows up, and she kills herself on screen. She's the only person to die in this movie.
Well, and the boyfriend died.
What boyfriend?
Annabelle's boyfriend.
Oh, well, Annabelle died. And Annabelle's parents.
Yep. The neighbors.
But she's the only one to die on screen.
Yep.
All the rest of that stuff kind of, well, I guess we get to see. I don't care. It doesn't matter. The whole thing is a problem.
This movie sucks.
This movie sucks, and we shouldn't even be nitpicking it this much.
It's just a shit movie. It's just a bad movie.
Isn't that right, Susie? This movie sucks.
Yeah, I know. You had to watch it with Daddy. I know. Sucks. Just as boring. It just is so boring.
Yeah, I found this one boring.
There's nothing redeemable about it. This is my second time watching it, and I still hated it.
And this still isn't the worst of these movies.
No. You think The Nun is worse?
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, because at least stuff happens at the beginning of this one. Nothing happens in The Nun.
No, you're right.
And La Llorona is worse than all of these, I think. Might be the worst one.
Maybe one of the worst movies of all time. No. No, that's The Cry.
No, I think The Cry might be a better movie about La Llorona than The Curse of La Llorona.
God, I hated that movie. The Cry.
Yeah, but you didn't watch it a second time. It makes more sense the second time.
Why did you watch it a second time?
Because remember, I went through and I put clips from it. So actually, funny. I watched it like 8 times, like combined, probably. And like the more I saw of it, the more I was like, this is kind of awesome. The movie, like, I guess, Stockholm Syndrome to me. It's not that bad now.
Who did that go against in the box set tournament?
You know what's funny is I think it won.
No, it didn't.
Wait, no, it went against Dogman.
Oh yeah, then it definitely didn't win.
Dogman won.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That movie could have been great, and it still would have lost to Dogman because Dogman's fun.
We need to find somebody for that third.
We need a third.
Yeah. Need to find somebody. What about your coworker?
Nah, he's probably too busy.
Luke?
Yeah.
Is he? Shit.
He's busy all the time.
Is he? What about that other guy?
What other guy?
Yeah, the guy you play cards with.
Oh, no.
No.
He's not. He wouldn't do it.
No. Oh, shit.
Not his jam.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie
Final thoughts.
sucks.
Fuck this movie.
I mean, if you wanna semi-origin story of Annabelle, watch it. But if not, then don't even bother.
If you want a fake origin story that's not based on
anything.
That's the thing, is it's like, okay, well, it's based on these things. And even if you don't if you don't believe in ghosts, then it's all fake to you. It doesn't matter. But like, it's not even based on the original story.
No, it's not.
And that's what I was hoping.
It has nothing to do with the original story. Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia. Because that was a good movie.
Was it?
And the whole time I was just like, I wish...
I don't think I ever saw that. I saw the first one.
Haunting in Connecticut wasn't very good. Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia is actually better than Haunting in Connecticut. Also based on a Warren
Is it really?
case.
Oh.
Yeah, except they didn't have all those corpses in the wall. That's one of the more interesting ones. They wrote a whole book on it called Horrors in Connecticut or something like that. Not Horrors in Connecticut, Horrors in Connecticut.
Yes, not horrors. Yes. Yeah.
I heard myself say it and I was like, fuck.
It's close. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And the whole time I was just like...
The original, so the Haunting in Connecticut, that's based on the Warrens? Not the second one?
Oh, yeah, no. Ghosts in Georgia. It's also best title for a movie ever.
That's wild.
It's like Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia. It's so fucking funny.
Connecticut and Georgia. Sure, they're close. Yeah, they're close in proximity, sure.
So fucking funny. Such a great title.
Well, I'd never heard
Decent ass movie.
I never even heard of that movie. Nope.
I think I have it on DVD. We should watch it sometime. It's
Damn,
really fucking
you got
funny.
everything on DVD.
Well, it was in one of those like
Was it?
sets.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's probably
Because I think I got the set for. I had got it for something else that was on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, American Haunting. An American Haunting, I think it's called, or a Haunting.
Okay.
One of those. The one with the statues that come to life.
Yeah.
It's based on a Haunting of Hill House.
I like that.
It's not that good. It's the Owen Wilson one. Savannah loves that movie.
Does she? Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I saw it on Sci-Fi when I was a kid.
Did it?
Yeah. And I remember thinking, this looks really shitty.
That wasn't that good. Anyways, don't watch it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't watch
if you
this.
want to burn time and watch the Conjuring movies, I mean, go ahead, sure.
By all means, I
Go
can't
ahead.
recommend doing what we're doing. It's
I mean,
mostly...
there's a couple that suck. There's a couple that
Honestly,
really
if-
suck.
If you're
And
gonna...
really, the first 5 movies, there's 2 that suck.
So far,
After that, you got 1 movie that really sucks. That's it.
Yeah, La Llorona. This one and The Nun, we already got through the worst ones.
We didn't talk about The Nun yet.
I know, but like, we watched it for the...
We did. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
We're done with Annabelle. Fuck this movie.
Yeah. Fuck yourself.
Like and subscribe or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck John and Mia, too. Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them. They deserved everything they got.
Boring actors. And you know he was having a fucking affair on her. He was gone every night.
Well, that's the thing, is they were
He was
like...
going all the fucking time. She's there as a single mother, basically.
Well, he also gave an excuse for it, where he was like, "Oh, they keep
you're a
calling
resident.
me."
Yes, you're a resident there. That doesn't mean that you have
Well,
to
he
go
said
in.
that he kept pulling the night shift.
Yeah. Uh-huh. There's a reason, too.
That's the thing, is they never give a fucking explanation for any of it.
No.
The way the movie ends, he might just be telling the fucking truth.
Could be.
That's why I'm like, I don't... It's like everything that they tease in this movie doesn't fucking matter at the end. It just stops.
It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Well, thanks, everybody.
Anyway.
Yeah, fuck Trump.
Yeah, fuck Trump.
Yeah.